Hello, beautiful Cancers. Welcome to your June reading. I just love when I'm about to do a science reading and I'm already in their fields. So I'm wearing a dress today. I have been fighting about food today. I have been enjoying the presence of doing household chores. And I have this today with me. I don't know how this landed up with me. Uh, Someone gifted to me probably on one of my birthdays, and I'm talking about like one of my school birthdays. Ever since it's just been there. Things have gone, come, but this is just like there. It's like a family of dolphins and Cancer and family. They go together. The fourth house rules for Cancer. It's about family, home. So we are in the vibes. And it's funny. I don't know how this is relevant to your reading, but I want to share it because I feel like every single piece is super important. It like adds and builds on your reading. Okay. So right before I started to do your reading, I just opened my Instagram and I was like, oh, don't get distracted. Da, da, da. But I anyway did because I sometimes feel like, there is something beyond the shoulds. If it calls you, like, I know at this point, intuition is just so loud. So I came across a post about a house in Delhi. So I'm following this page called Delhi Houses, and it kind of features all these very like uh cult, beautiful, known, famous houses in Delhi. Okay. And it featured today a house in Civil Lines, which used to be a residence for the prime ministers of India, but it has only housed two or three prime ministers because they all have ended up being sick or just called for untimely death. And the sun is in your 12th house. I cannot exactly place why am I being called to share this. But that house was said to have, apparently, the rumors are that it's haunted. There are probably some paranormal activities, and whoever goes there, so that's why the later on prime ministers, they have refused to stay there. And now prime ministers stay somewhere else. But it's a beautiful property, but it's just like lying vacant. The sun is in your 12th house, and when we have the new moon in Gemini on the 19th or the 20th, it's also going to come into your 12th house. The 12th house is about the hidden, it's about the subconscious, it's the mysterious. We can't really say that is it a coincidence that what happened in that house was because of that. I'm sorry if any of you do not like this, but I'm not a fan of horror or any of these paranormal experiences anyway. But I trust me, I trust my Mercury in Pisces. It's gonna tie up in your reading today. Trust me on that. Trust my Mercury in Pisces on that. So yeah, like I feel like when your sun and your moon together, when they're gonna come into your 12th house, and that's going to happen like for 2 or 3 days, okay? Because after that, sun is going to move into Cancer, your first house. I feel like it's going to give you an answer to something that has been probably just a story or an assumption in your mind. It's probably going to give you answer to something that has just been mysterious. Sometimes like people don't know the truth behind that house. People really don't know what happens. I'm also these days diving deep into the my undefined ajna in human design. And one thing, it's okay, even if you're not into human design, you would understand this. There has a shadow, which for the undefined ajnas is the shadow of I don't know. It's like so many of us have undefined ajnas on this planet, like almost 50% roughly, 52%, I guess, 53%. And all of us are so afraid to say, I don't know. The fact is, we don't really know what happens in the house. We don't really know that, is it really a spirit, a ghost? Is it really the bad vastu? Because a lot of vastu experts have also given their opinions on that. Is it really the structure, the architecture? Is it the wind flow of that place which is unhealthy? Is it the geographical location? Is it the ventilation? Like, we just don't know. Is it some tree which is like, whatever? It could be anything. But because we don't know, we often give the credit to the mysterious, the unknown, the paranormal forces. And you're like, must be haunted. What part of your life have you just termed as unlucky or haunted, or like you've just left it? Which part of your life actually haunts you, but because you don't know the answer, you keep on feeling like it's a place of shadow? There's not much of a difference between the shadows that we feel and the shadows of the spirit or the ghost. It haunts you. I'm not good enough. I'm not pretty. I don't know enough. These are all shadows, and they haunt you and they scare you. I hope no one finds this out about me. They scare you just like a shadow, just like probably a ghost would. I feel like when Sun is right now in your 12th house, the month before the birthday, it's not the most easy one. Perhaps you've got to have had quite a blast, I'm sure, a month or two ago, like in your career. You've been recognized for your talents with that eclipse. But now you're in a space, like there is still a part of you, like the 11th house, it's lit up right now. Your social sectors, your communication, your connections, your community, your friendships, they are all beautiful right now. So on the outside, it looks like you guys are having a really, really nice time, but there's something happening within. There's something happening beyond. And that is what also makes these shadows feel too much or too heavy or just too dark, I feel. Yeah. I feel like the sun in Gemini, it is kind of like the period of contraction for you. And it just is every year. Every year, the month before your birthday, it's just like, what the heck am I supposed to, like, I was supposed to feel good. My birthday's coming. I was supposed to be lit up. I was supposed to be excited. What is it? Why am I feeling so off? Like, I'm haunted by my shadows. As I said, there is a part of you which is really going through with a lantern in your hand and discovering these shadows. What are these shadows? Like, there's a part of you which is also very, I feel like, encouraged and motivated and inspired to actually find out. Like, probably it's finally you have the space, the time, the awareness to look with a microscope and to really look at your subconscious. I think a lot of water signs currently are really looking at the subconscious mind. They're really looking at these stories within, and they're like, oh, how come, like, I didn't see this before? And it's just so weird, because aren't we the ones who actually swim in the subconscious all the time? Just if you don't know, I'm a water sign. I'm a sun in Pisces. How come I didn't see this before? But I feel like right now, the world does say that water signs are an escapist, delusionist, da da da. Sometimes the voice of the color of the emotion can be so loud. And there's nothing wrong in that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying sometimes because of that tendency, which is just the nature, the characteristic of the water signs, we can be just like, oh, I just didn't see. I just didn't, I forgot to notice that detail, or I forgot to see it through my mind's eye. Right now, the 12th house shows you through your mind's eye. The sun is what brings its focus. The sun is going to bring to shine light on this 12th house. And when the moon comes, the new moon comes, you are going to probably plant a new story here. It's like you're clearing away the bad spirits from that house so that you can have a new beginning when your birthday comes next month or end of this month, whenever it is. Really cleaning up the bad spirits, the bad karma, the bad karmic contracts, the relationships which have gone too sour, the agreements, the contracts which just feel so at this point. There is like a spiritual priest open, like awakened in you, which is like, let me do some clearing. Like I really just look at that haunted house as a metaphor for that 12th house within you. Like that house is somewhere within you, and you're like really taking the responsibility to stand up and to take that stage and to clear away that space. Even if you have to see the bad spirits and you have to clear it off. You have that courage, I feel, to look at your shadows, to look at this, to look at that negativity which has fostered and been just like been a weed in your life. When you do this, when you take your place as this priest, as this really courageous man who has the power, courage, and ability to clear up what is just not the vibe anymore, just the cobwebs. You know how we always call the male priest do these things? It's like even if you're a woman, this time has got you into that space of courage to take that action, that whatever, however it may seem. So obviously this happens. Obviously this happens. And this happens because Venus and Leo are now both in your second house of wealth, finances. So of course there's a windfall, there's an opportunity, there is a shift in money, like the money really just, if it hasn't been good, it starts flowing in again. You're like, but I didn't even do anything. I didn't even like do anything to make money happen. Oh, you did actually. You made space. And how did you make space? By being here. And you're like, I did some mental, emotional work and it's showing up in my finances. Always does. It always does. If you don't know, my money mindset workshop was I did it a week back or a few weeks back, and now it's on my shop. So if you really feel called to do some housekeeping in terms of your money belief systems, check that workshop out. I'll put the link down below. But your money sector is really like becomes the center of focus. Venus is the planet of abundance, love, beauty. Mars is the planet of action. Mars is the planet of drive. You have the motivation, you have the luck, you have the abundance, you have the beauty, you have the Lakshmi. And together with Venus and Mars, that's like divine union happening in your second house of personal finances. How can you not experience wealth in any way right now? It's just not possible that you do not experience wealth in some shape or form. Okay. As I said, the Wheel of Fortune shifts. Something shifts. The karmic wheel. For me, the Wheel of Fortune is also the karmic wheel. 12th house is also the house of past lives, reincarnation. You may know or do not know, but you are clearing away a past life wound or a past life karma. And the moment that clears away, the wheel turns and there's a new beginning happening. We also had the full moon in Sagittarius just a few days back, around 4th June, in your 6th house. So you guys have been really, really, really working with your health. You guys have been really taking inventory of your daily routines. So it's not out of nowhere that this happens, right? It's not out of nowhere that this new beginning happens. You've taken effort. You have taken an effort. You made an effort. I think the story that we just talked about in the beginning, no matter how paranormally disturbing or spooky that felt for you guys, I mean, for some of you might be like it was nothing, but I'm just not a fan of horror. So for me, it's like weird. Because come on, I mean, Scorpios talk about it all the time, but Pisces don't, okay? Wow. Your intuition is like sparkling right now. The 12th house, with the sun comes 12th house, it's also the like it's as I said, it's the voice of the subconscious. You start to get to know things, as I said, which you never know before, and you're like, I don't even know where it's that coming from. It's coming from that this high priestess, from like just ooh, just channeling things right now. If you want to like really, really channel your purpose, if you really want to channel your where you're going or whatever information you want from the universe, it's like you have the direct hotline right now with the universe. The high priestess is just like, ooh. You also have the Mercury in Taurus in your 11th house right now. So don't run away from connections. Like, this is the kind of information which comes through not when you're necessarily meditating or channeling a letter, though, of course, that always is beautiful and amazing. But this is the kind of energy which is just like you're sitting and it just comes in. You're having a conversation with a friend because the Mercury is in your 11th house right now. There are a lot of fated communications and connections happening right now. Connections and collaborations which really bring you a lot of opportunities in your life. And when I say opportunities, it could be career, it could be personal life, it could be abundance, it could be anything. But really, 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 this is the kind of energy which just pours in. Like you're talking to a friend and they just say something like, oh my God, yeah, I know that person. Oh yeah. Or, you know, you just join the dots, and or your friend says something and you're like, it all makes sense. It's those kind of moments for you right now. Sometimes this can be a little uncomfortable because whatever channels through, it's like clear. It's not sugar coated. It's not made up, it's not here to please you. It's just raw. And that raw information sometimes can like feel a little too, it can just feel a little spicy, I would say. But I don't think Cancers are bad at handling that. I mean, Pisces can be a little, ugh, but you guys are like okay with it. So I don't think that should be very difficult. But I just want to like say, like, if some information comes and it asks you to change certain things about your life, don't be afraid to do that. If it asks you to leave certain things, please trust it. You are being asked to leave certain things right now. Sorry, that's just the birthday contract, which just happens. You move to a new chapter of your life, and for order for you to move chapter of your life, you have to let go of some things that you can make space for something else. because I think you've been calling in something specifically for some of you, a partnership, specifically for some of you, a partnership. When I say again, it could be love, it could be career, whatever. But you are like really been wanting another energy in your energetic field to support you. When you let go, when you really let the universe do its thing, I think you don't even have to do much. You just have to like allow something that you've really been like praying for. And you've been like, there have been moments where you've been like really, really depressed and sad and bitter and like lost all hopes. Like I can just feel the sadness. Um, it's just like, if you see this card, this person is like really crying about the spilled cups. And it's like, oh my God, I lost everything. But what this person cannot see is like, sorry, it's inverted. It's crying about the last cups, but what it cannot see, there are two cups behind. So you've been in this place, for a while or right now. And so with your birthday, I feel something really pops in this month. It could be small, it could be big, it could be just something emotional, it could be something to show you that you are loved, you're cared for, or something that you've really been waiting for even. But this is something filling up or moving towards the direction of that second energy that you've been praying for. For some of you, could be a baby as well. For some of you, it could be a business partner, a friendship. Some of you love, of course. But it's really another energy that you've been really waiting for. Your 11th house is also so lit right now. So if you've been like meeting a lot of people, dating, obviously, there are chances of things moving the next level. And you know why this is happening? Because I feel like you're finally building quality friendships. I feel like you're finally you're getting a place have to have friendships, to have connections, which give you the space to be your Cancerian, nurturing, nourishing self to yourself as well as to other people. So I feel like maybe some of you in some connections are receiving that love, and in some connections you're giving that love. What does a Cancer need more than that? You guys love to nurture people. You love to take care of people. I have a Cancer 11th house. For me, when I have friendships I really care about, it's like I take care of them like they are my babies. And when those friendships haven't been here for a while, it's like I've been like really, really missing that aspect in me. Like I want to have those deep, high quality friendships. But yes, I have the respect. Yes, there's equality and there's fairness, but at the same time, oh my God, I want to like treat you to good food. I want to like cook for you. I want to get you to my place, invite you to my place, have this heart to heart conversation. I feel like you guys are having the heart to heart conversations a lot. It just feels so good. You guys are like satisfied on a level like this emotional fulfillment. It's like unbeatable. Jupiter is the planet of luck. It's in your 11th house right now. These are the moments. This is the chance. If you have friendships, you're meeting people right now, as I said, they're super fated. They're gonna say something, they're gonna connect to the right people, but they're also here to give you something. And it's this energy of you being in your own element. You're like so fulfilled. This I love that. I just want to end the reading saying, You've got it all, Cancers. I think most likely it's a single card in tarot, but it just means that you really do have it all. You really are coming to a space of this emotional fulfillment and this like abundance, and not just like finances abundance. It's like feeling enriched and abundant in life, in terms of health, in terms of beauty, in terms of the emotional fulfillment. And if you are have been manifesting happily ever after, something arrives, something is arriving or has arrived, and you know it. Or if it hasn't, it will, and you know it. For the time being, you need to know that the worst is over. As I said, you've been depressed for a very long time. It's time to just know that you're moving towards something good. You're moving towards peace. You're moving towards healing. You're moving towards probably a relationship which is going to like really heal you on a deeper level. Like this birthday is commencing a cycle of relationships for you. And it's not necessarily partnership. It can or cannot be, but it's just relationships. It's just connections. It just feels so enriching for you. I just feel like you guys have been so sad. You have been so sad, so depressed, hopeless. You've walked away from a lot of things, and it's taken a lot of courage. So if no one is celebrating you, I'm celebrating you today, and I hope you celebrate yourself big time on your birthday. A very, very, very happy birthday, Cancers. You deserve to be celebrated. I literally have been really dealing with this theme currently in my life. We'd really, really wait a lot of times for someone to come and celebrate us, but we have to like it's always nice to have someone celebrate us. And if you find that beautiful, but if you do not have anything like that happening in your life right now, please celebrate yourself, because you've really made very powerful, very strong choices. And for that, you deserve to be applauded and celebrated. And so if I don't know how you're going to celebrate your birthday, but if in case you're having a low-key, lonely birthday, please cut the cake. Please celebrate yourself. Please give yourself a big hug. Please tell yourself how beautiful, special you are, and how, most importantly, how courageous you are for making such difficult life choices. To walk away from the all that glitters, which you knew wasn't gold. Yeah. Thank you so much for being here. If you want to explore one-on-one sessions with me, you can check out the links down below. I have reopened my shop. So if you are interested in having a customized natal or astrology report, you can get that as well. We would take 2 to 3 weeks to curate it. I personally write them out, so it takes a while, but I would be so happy to read these different energies, because I just feel like I'm genuinely so excited for this particular offering. The shop also has two more, which is an astrology workshop. If you are curious to learn astrology and you're like super beginner, so that would really is like it's just a super beginner level 1 workshop. You can check that out. It's down below. The money mindset workshop is down below. And yes, as I was saying, these customized reports, I feel like I was just talking to my sister and my mother today, and I was like, if I would have had this information like 10 years ago, gosh. But of course, I know that my life path in itself was to reach and come to this space to find it for myself and to deliver and share it with you guys. So yeah, if you are interested to have your natal chart report, or your to see what your human design says about you and your authentic essence, how you're meant to operate in this lifetime, then check out the links down below. And yeah, thank you so much. Do let me know if this resonates. I'm sending you so much big love. A very happy birthday.